just wanted to pop on here for a little bit and talk about, oh, hello everyone. I just wanted to pop on here for a little bit and talk about learning styles today. If you didn't know, my name is Emily and I am the owner of Miss Emily Teaches. I started back in October with a tutoring business and just still growing, and I do have open spots for one-on-one students and group class as well if you're interested in that. But today we're going to be talking about learning styles. So I'll give everyone a few minutes to pop on, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Okay. So there are three different types of learning styles that we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about visual learners, we're going to be talking about auditory learners, and this might be a new word for some of you, but we're also going to be talking about kinesthetic learners. So visual learners are going to learn best with images, charts, and videos. This group also encompasses those who like to read and write, and those who learn best with words and with reading instructions versus hearing them. Next, we're going to talk about auditory learners. These learners are those who like to hear things. They want to hear the instructions, they like to hear the videos from YouTube. They like group discussions, they like songs and putting things to memorize to tunes. And then we also have kinesthetic learners. These learners are your hands-on learners. They like to touch things, they like to move around, they like to be involved in their learning without just sitting in the chair, which sometimes is kind of hard to do, but we can all get creative and add some of those in. So if you guys are parents, you might be wondering, how do I determine my child's learning style? I know the three different types now, but how do I tell what my child learns best in? And so the main thing you have to do is observe them. You have to take a look at what your kids are doing whenever they are just interacting with the natural world and how they are learning best. Are they reading? And they're probably, are they enjoying reading? They're probably a visual learner. Are they a good listener? Do they like music? They could be an auditory learner. And then if they are some of those children who are very active, they're most likely a kinesthetic learner. As a parent, you can look for different patterns and pick up on things, and within a week or so of you being able to kind of just take a look and see what your child learns best as, you're going to be able to tell their learning style. Something just to note is that these learning styles can change over time. For example, we took a learning style quiz when I was in 3rd grade, and I was a kinesthetic learner. I was a hands-on learner. I wanted to be active, be involved in the learning, and about 10 years after that, my first-ish year of college, I switched to a visual learner. And that's the type of learner that I would categorize myself as today. I like to, and more specifically, I'm a reading and writing learner. I like to write things down. I like to read. I would rather read 10 pages of text than watch a video, and that's how I like to learn best. So it's important to remember that your learning style can change over time, and it can be just whatever works best for you. Sometimes that's a mix of learning styles, and that's okay. Kind of before we close today, I'm going to give you some examples of just some things to do if you're working with your kids at home, if you're a teacher and you're looking for, how do I incorporate the different learning styles in my classroom? Here are just a few ideas, and since I primarily work with math students, I'm going to be relating these to math, but if you have an idea, feel free to drop it in the comments, and we can talk about that too. So, visual learners, the idea I had here was use color in anything that you can. So create a color-coded multiplication chart. If your child is struggling with multiplication facts, have them create a chart and add color to it. that might help them memorize those a little bit better. Auditory, if your student likes to learn by hearing, incorporate songs. So if you're learning multiplication facts, we teach a lot of skip counting. There are tunes that you can memorize and learn for each number, I think all the way up through 10. So kind of have a different tune for each number, and you can practice skip counting like that. And lastly, we have kinesthetic learners, and with kinesthetic learners, always use movement. And so with this, how can I incorporate the hands-on learning in something that I can touch? So the idea I have here is to grab some Legos or any other small manipulative that you might have, and show basic math problems. Show addition, show subtraction, multiplication. You might need to get a lot of little itty-bitty pieces, but you can do it. And then finally in division, you can show division with those pieces. So that is pretty much all I had on learning styles today. Just a quick kind of rundown. If you have any questions or have any other ideas for how you can incorporate learning styles, the different types at home, or if you're a teacher in your classroom, I would love to hear about those. And thanks for tuning in.